Hello, we are Group 5, and today we will be discussing why we should be for animal testing for human health items, drugs, and cosmetics. I'm Ashley Vu, and presenting with me are Lydia Marilyn Trejo and Jocelyn Quezada. I am Ashley, and I will start by defining what animal testing is. Animal testing refers to procedures performed on living animals for purposes of research into basic biology and diseases, assessing the effectiveness of medicinal products, and testing the human health and/or environmental safety of consumer and industry products, such as cosmetics, household cleaners, food additives, pharmaceuticals, and industrial/agrochemicals. 95% of laboratory animals are rodents: rats, mice, hamsters, and guinea pigs. However, fish, cats, dogs, non-human primates, farm animals, and pigs are common as well. Animal testing has helped with significant breakthroughs such as insulin, anesthesia, penicillin, hip prosthetics, antidepressants, asthma inhalers, and using stem cells to repair heart tissue. The history of animal testing dates as far back as 500 BC in ancient Greece. Vivisections, which is the dissection of a living organism, were performed on animal subjects. In ancient Rome and Alexandria, vivisections were practiced on human criminals. However, in Greece, there were promotions against the mutilation of the human body, so they relied on animals for practice. Many well-known historical figures believed that vivisections of animals were justified and educational. Aristotle believed animals' lack of intelligence meant justice was not applicable to them. Other notable figures were Roman physician and philosopher Galen, who engaged in the public dissection of animals to develop theories on human anatomy, physiology, pathology, and pharmacology. René Descartes, a French philosopher, experimented on live animals as well, believing them to be what he called automata, meaning animals could not experience pain or suffer like humans. He still believed, however, that animals could feel, just that they could not think and thus could not consciously experience those feelings. English physician William Harvey's animal experiments led him to discovering that the heart was what circulated blood throughout the body. There were generally no objections to vivisections until the 19th century, when domestic pets became popular and led to anti-vivisection movements in England. This movement was further fueled by Queen Victoria's opposition of animal testing in England. It led to the founding of the Society for the Protection of Animals Liable to Vivisection in 1875, and later to Great Britain's Cruelty to Animals Act of 1876. French physiologist Claude Bernard later published his Introduction to the Study of Experimental Medicine, in which he stressed the importance and benefits of animal experimentation. He believed that animal research was ethical. However, the rise of the anti-vivisection movement led to concerns about animal welfare in laboratories. This has led to the publication of the Principles of Humane Experimental Technique by zoologist William Russell and microbiologist Rex Birch in 1959. They created the 3 R's for using animals in research humanely. This will be discussed in further detail later in the presentation. The Animal Welfare Act, AWA, was passed in 1966 and requires that each research facility develop a committee of at least 3 members to regulate the experiments involving animals. The Guide for the Care and Use of Laboratory Animals, or simply known as the Guide, was also created as animal care standards for researchers to refer to. The guide covers all vertebrate animals used for research, including birds, rats, and mice. And now, Lydia.
Hi everyone, I am Lydia Trejo and I will be discussing facts and statistics for animal testing. Animal testing has helped in making life-changing medicines, procedures, vaccines, and have helped in developing new medical treatments. Many potential treatments work in theory, but they need to be tested in living bodies to make sure they work in practice. Very often, it is only possible to do this safely in an animal. They also help with fighting disease in humans and animals. The ethical aspects involved and reasons why we need animals for research. Our animals have played and developed safer ways to use humans for testing. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration endorses that the use of animal testing on products to assure the safety on products of ingredients before they go on sale. Animal research is also governed by principles created by the 3 R's by William Russell and Rex Birch. They applied the principles to improve the treatment of laboratory animals. First is replacement, which is finding alternatives available and replace animal use. Second is reduction, to reduce the amount of animals used in laboratories. Third is refinement, to improve the life of every animal used in research and provide a better environment to minimize stress. And now, Jocelyn.
Hello, my name is Jocelyn Quesada, and I will be discussing the cultural and sociological importance of animal testing. People that agree with animal testing. To be more specific, 56% of Americans say medical testing on animals is morally acceptable. 39% say it's morally wrong. Animal testing protects the safety of people, animals, and the environment. And generally speaking, it also protects the health of the public. Some statistics show that younger Americans are less likely to accept animal testing. 47% aged 18 through 38 say animal testing is morally acceptable. 60% aged 35 through 54 say it's morally acceptable. 61% aged 55 and older say it's also morally acceptable. Animal testing protects the safety of people and animals in the environment. These tests provide data on efficiency and safety and also help protect consumers, workers, and the environment from chemicals. Testing ensures the safety of the product as well, lowering risk for harm or lawsuits. Public health is a major factor in testing. Animal testing helps in the development of vaccines, antibiotics, chemotherapy, and more. Now taking a look at the sociological importance of animal testing. Animal testing has become a necessity to humankind. Animal research has had a vital role in many scientific and medical advances in the past century. Animal testing has become a very reliable source to evolve the products and evolve society in general. This research can also benefit animal life. All biomedical research with live animals has helped the advancement of veterinary medicine and human medicine. Through research with animals, researchers can develop treatments and therapies to help both people and animals. It also improves the way of life of society. With animal testing, we are able to diagnose new illnesses, improve the ways of medicine, and create cures for those who don't have them. By having animal testing, we're able to reduce the amount of humans that are experimented on. Now, up next, we have Ashley.
Although almost 40 countries have decided to ban cosmetic animal testing, the United States is not one of them. The U.S., excluding a few states that have banned animal testing in cosmetics, are in support of animals in research. As discussed earlier, there are many regulatory guidelines in place for animals in research to avoid abuse. Many organizations that are in support of animal research and testing, such as the American Association for Laboratory Animal Science, AALS, Americans for Medical Progress, and American Veterinary Medical Association, AVMA, recognize the history of abuse animals have faced in the laboratory, but also understand the importance of their roles in research, testing, and education for human and animal health and welfare. If animal welfare was not in check, then the scientific data could also be affected. If the data is harmed, then it would be difficult to apply to humans or in clinical trials. There are current studies that involve the use of animals, such as reversing aging in mice, improving learning and memory skills in mice with a rodent form of Alzheimer's disease, and understanding autism in mice. There are more important breakthroughs that Lydia will discuss in the next slide.
Why be for animal testing? Even though the subject on animal testing can be controversial, animals have helped many biologists develop safer ways to use medicine before using it on humans. Animal research has played an important role in medical aspects for many years. They are the closest related to human genes and make an effective study, like medical research and development of new medicine. They also help in modern surgical techniques, including kidney transplants, heart transplants, and blood transfusion. Animals who have been tested on have saved millions of other animals that could have died from various diseases, like rabies, feline, leukemia, canine parvo, tetanus, and many more. As stated by Dr. Robert Palazzo, president of the Federation American Societies of Experimental Biology, Americans are living longer, healthier lives, and we owe that much to that success to biomedical research. And now, Jocelyn.
To conclude our informed opinion as a group towards animal testing and the positive effects that it creates to the human society, we have taken into consideration of the millions of animals that are unwillingly used to further scientific research in certain areas we do not in any way agree with this method due to the animal cruelty. Now, millions of those animals that are used for these experiments either die on the very first trial or sometimes after many failed trials. We have seen the many discoveries that were made with using animal testing. However, we do not overlook the fact that after those trials are successful, many animals die. On the next slide, you'll see all of our work cited. Thank you for your time.